Eagles. Time to celebrate another victory for the birds. They wanted to get rid of the brotherly shove, or how everybody else describes it as the tush push. It's the tush push for the rest of the league. I say this all the time. For all the the people who try to copy it, the people who try to mimic it to a lesser degree of success, it's a tush push. But for us, it's the brotherly shove. And the votes came down, and they said, hey, we're not going to get rid of it this year, which is good. I think because of the controversy, the time is ticking on it. Maybe another year or two before they just like, no, get rid of it, unless there comes a formula from another team on how to stop it, and then it becomes less successful, and then it may live on beyond that, where they're just like, oh, okay, the league has figured it out. They've stopped it. This is off the table. We don't need to worry about it. But if it continues to be something that the Eagles weaponize, or if by some miracle some other team gets their head out of their rear end and figures it out, then they may escalate it. But as it stands, I think this was the right decision. It doesn't make sense to punish a team for being good at a play and, say, hey, you guys can't do this because you're good at it, when other people are trying it and they aren't as good at it. We have our prime example from last year where Josh Allen and the Bills, who are the second most successful team at it, ran up against Kansas, and Kansas just put the brakes on them and said, hey, you're not even going to get an inch on us on this shove. And then in the Super Bowl, the Eagles blow them away like they're not even there, right? And when you look at it like that, if I'm in the competition committee and I'm looking at that, I'm going to say, hey, this rule really is set just to punish a team for being good. And I wouldn't want to do that. That's like saying, let's just say, I made this analogy another time with the hook shot, right? Kareem's awesome at the hook, and then we get rid of it because he's good at it. When anybody can do it if they practice at it or they get good. But oh no, we're getting rid of it because nobody can stop it, and it's like automatic points for you. No, you don't do that. You either learn how to defend it, or you just deal with it while that player or while that team is around, and until they move on. I'm happy about this. I'm happy, and I fully expect the Eagles to shove Dallas all over the field in the first game, just as an exclamation point on how unstoppable our willpower is. And really, something that I hadn't mentioned before: what is more football? They say is rugby, but what is more football than man on man who can impose their will? You got a running back who's running down the field like Saquon, and he trucks you over. That's just body on body, blow on blow. That's what football is about. Or when you have a big body defender who tackles amazingly in open field or just crushes a player and imposes his will on that player. That's just body on body. That's football. Who can win this? And they keep saying it's boring, it's ugly, and nobody likes it. And I want to know, where are they pulling this stat from? Is it a personal opinion? If it's personal, I get it. If you're saying for me it's boring, I get it. But are you saying that the fans say it's boring? Where are we getting these stats to say that it's boring? Because for me, it seems like everybody is excited about it. It seems like the defenders are worried about it when they see it lined up. But if they stop it, if they're one of the teams that actually gets a stop, they are ecstatic. That is like a feather in their cap. Oh, we stopped the Eagles from doing their play. And look at us. That sense of accomplishment that they get. And then for the fans, for the Eagles fans, it's like, yes, yes, dominate, enforce our will on them, and we love it. And I'm sure the fans of the other team, when they stop it, they're like, yes, it's exciting for them too. Our team was the one who could stop Philly from doing their famous move. I guess it's only not fun for a team that never stops it, maybe, or fans that never stop it. I don't know. I don't know how you calculate that without like surveys or the viewership drops off for the 2 seconds that it's on. People turn the channel and then they come back after the shove is over. I don't know how you quantify that it's boring. And are people booing? I don't hear anybody in the stands booing when they line up for it. I hear cheers and enthusiasm when they're lined up for it. So I don't know how you quantify whether it's boring or not. I get that they have changed rules, kickoff rules, and horse collar rules and other rules for safety and entertainment. The safety factor was put out because there's no data that says, hey, people are getting banged up unnecessarily on it. But you want to have something that's entertaining for people to watch, and trust me, it's entertaining. It's entertaining. I don't care what the pundits say. I don't care what anybody says. It is fun to watch. It's fun to watch them line up. It's fun for them to have spin-offs on it where they might hand it off or they might throw a long bomb. I remember they threw one to AJ, was just a little overthrown, but boy, how they can remix it and how it builds the tension to where you don't really know if they're going to go left, if they're going to go center, if they're going to go right, how our O-line and how Jalen and them find the cracks and find the holes. It's not always the same thing, the same way, the same motion. They have really taken the time to craft it into something that is not only unpredictable, but it's just creative. It's just really creative. So I'm happy to see that it's still around, obviously, as an Eagles fan. And I hope that we don't get hurt on it. Right. I don't want Jalen or anybody to get hurt on it. And so far it hasn't. So if somebody were to get seriously hurt on it, there would be that question, but nobody is. So what can you do? Brotherly shove on. Oh, and I love our media team has really, really been killing it, right? So with different posts and different videos, they have been smashing it over the last like maybe two or three seasons. But for real, in the last 2 seasons, they have been killing it with great pictures and great videos, great commentary. They've been absolutely smashing it, and I'm glad to see it. I was gonna say one other thing. Oh, just some side notes away from Eagles. The Phillies won, and Union won 2 in a row. The Union beat United in Atlanta, and then I think they just played Pittsburgh. Yeah, they played them and they won. Oh, what a time to be a Philly fan right now. I'm loving it. I can't wait for football season, obviously. But I'm happy to see some of our teams producing and getting some victories on the board. The Phillies are now have now moved away from being 500. They're over 500 now. They're picking up some steam. Hopefully they can use this momentum to keep getting better. But this wasn't about the Phillies. I just wanted to mention that our teams are trending in the right direction. What do you guys think? You're happy about the brotherly shove staying, or are you disappointed? Are you like me? Are you ecstatic about when the play comes on screen? Do you think it's automatic every time, or is there that bit of tension that it might be stopped? I have it sometimes, depending on who the team is. It seems like Tampa had been really good at stopping. Tampa, for whatever reason, they just got our ticket for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. I hope to see a difference this year when we play them, that we actually beat them convincingly. But Tampa and one other team. I can't recall who it was. Was it the Titans? There's one other team that really seems to be successful at stopping it, where everybody else doesn't. So for me, there's tension when we go up against those two teams. But for everybody else, I'm like, yeah, let's get that yard or two or three. Let's get it. So what are your thoughts on that? Whatever it is, we're all here together. Fly, Eagles, fly. Go Birds.